Hello, I'm the PS3 and welcome back to Seed Sunday. Seed Sunday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds, Minecraft console edition, which are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And this week's seed is one I really quite like because you know how last week I mentioned just how rare fossils were and how amazed I was to find a seed with even one fossil? Well, this week's seed has not just one fossil, but two separate fossils on the same seed. That's something unheard of that I've, not even heard of, let alone seen my own eyes before. But as well as having two fossils on the same classic size world seed, Minecraft console, it also has, access to 5 separate villages. It has a desert temple. It has a ravine very close to spawn with the stronghold just exposed there. There's so much amazing stuff going on with this seed that I just had to show you, and hopefully you all do enjoy this. If you do like the seed, hopefully you let me know because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do enjoy Seed Sunday. But with that said, let's get straight into it. The seed will be on screen right now. It's a big list of numbers, and it came in from Muck Creations on last week's Seed Sunday. So a big thank you for sending this in, and let's get straight into showing off exactly what's going on here. So yeah, let's start with the spawn area, because if you type in that seed, you'll spawn just over here in this mixture of like a plains, next to a savanna, next to a desert, next to a hill, which is actually kind of nice because that's like 4 separate biomes you have access to pretty easily. The first place I'd recommend going is probably to the north, because this is the thing you'll want to see first, because all you have to do is head about 100 blocks or so to the north, and you'll find this giant ravine next to a village. So the village is a good place to settle down and or get food, because if you look here, it's a village that's, right next to this ravine, which is pretty impressive by itself, but, as you can see, the path literally goes over the ravine. But the cool thing about this village is the fact that it not only has access to beetroot, which is, as I mentioned before, the rare crop you always want to have, because you can only get it from these places. It only has access to 1 set of beetroot. It has access to a second set of beetroot just over here, if I'm not mistaken, and it has access to a third, okay, so over here, and then a third set of beetroot over here. 3 sets of beetroots all in the same village is a really great start. Plus, then once you go to the ravine, you can jump straight in because it's got water, and it will lead you straight into the stronghold. That's right, you can jump straight down here because it is a double ravine. As you can see right there, it's a ravine in a ravine, which means you can jump straight down to 1, pretty much diamond layer, like 15, you go down like 2 blocks and you're finding diamonds already, or you can jump straight into the stronghold and be exploring your stronghold within, like a minute of starting the seed, as well as having food, as well as having beetroot, which is a really, really cool start if you ask me. So let's drink the nitrogen potion. Makes things a bit easier to see, and you can just really appreciate just how much you have access to without, without even mining any blocks. You don't even need a pickaxe if you don't want one. So yeah, really cool stronghold ravine combination. You get this really weird stuff going along, and also, I might not find it, but just over here, if I'm not mistaken, if you follow the stronghold along, there is a chest which has 2, okay, it's not this way, there's actually a chest around here which has 2 ender pearls, relatively close to this area, and I'm worried I'm not going to find it now, but basically, yeah, there is 2 ender pearls in a chest, which is a really good start because ender pearls are the hard thing to get, which means this is a great seed for going to the end too, as well as being a great seed for all the other things that we're about to show off. So let's break out there, and let's show you the other things in the seed, because although the ravine with the stronghold is something mind-blowing to me, like I haven't seen something that cool in some time, it is still just one of the many things this seed has to offer. So yeah, if we then roam away from here to the south a little bit, because I recommend going there first, you can go over this mountain if you want to. It's got like this little easy bit to climb over here, and yeah, if you head to the south, then you'll find yourself 2 other villages, and also you'll find the first fossil, which is over there. So in fact, let's just show off the fossil first. Let's show it is real. So if you dig down from these corners, you'll find yourself in the middle of a fossil, which is a little bit weird, but still, that's a thing you'll find. And yeah, if you dig the whole thing out, you'll see that it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, so if we remove all of this stuff, you'll see it's actually a set of ribs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's the ribs right here, and yeah, you get a lot of bone blocks from this. You get some coal as well, or you can just excavate the whole thing and say, wow, I found a fossil in the real thing, which is honestly what these things are mostly about. They're rare finds in survival, and they're pretty great when you do look them up. And yeah, this one actually links into a cave in case you want to, get you out that way. But yeah, I just really like this fossil. You can dig straight down. You won't even fall in lava, so that's great too. At these corners right here, if you head a little bit to the east or the west, either one will do. The the east will actually lead you to an Acacia village. I love Acacia villages because they just look so, I don't know, the color in them is great, and this one in particular, as you can tell from all of the broken doors, looks like okay, so it's just the 2. I was like, oh, maybe it's a zombie village, but no, it's just a lot of broken doors around the place, maybe because zombies broke in. But yeah, as you can see, it's an Acacia village that's really, really nice. It has access to the church, so that's always good stuff. It has access to this weird, or not access, but it has this weird kind of hut right here. Or as you can see, like, the tree merged with the building, and you get this weird, like, little bit poking out. I know, I kind of like the design of it, but yeah, as well as that, we've got just a very bizarre village in general with lots of floating bits, which I always find interesting, but maybe you will too, as well as some more beetroot, just in case you don't have enough from the previous 3 planters. So yeah, there's an Acacia village just over here. Always great to look at these things, especially when they're in locations like this. It's just really, really good to look at. So if we head to the east, the west, like I said, I get east and west confused, you've probably worked out by now. Oh yeah, by the way, right next to spawn as well, you've got this little desert well. I find these things to be pointless, but they're also very rare. Only 1 in 1,000 chunks will contain them, so when you do find one, it's like, yeah, super rare, lucky, but not really too much going on there, which means if you feel like you're a lucky person, then, you know, maybe you should use that luck somewhere else, or if you're not lucky, then you just used up all your luck on the most useless structure, which is really the most unlucky way to use your luck, isn't it? Anyway, with that said, we've got this next little village over here. As you can see, the village starts in the plains, but like kind of heads into a savanna biome, so you get this weird kind of like savanna but regular village. I think it's kind of nice to look at and kind of weird. Yeah, there's not really too much reason to be here besides like, oh yeah, there's more crops, more villager trades, and also this little bit of like pathway over the river. So yeah, that is the third village right here. It's just one of many villages, so you can't really spend too much time because you might want to head to the north. By the way, as you do that, you head past, because just next to the spawn, the reason I love the seed too is if you want to go to the end fast, because you kind of want to do that, you've also got access to lava and water right next to each other. I guess lava and water right there. So if you want to go to the nether, you can do that really, really quickly. And in case you're like, oh, but I'm going to need some iron to do that, well, maybe this next thing will help you out, because if you head to the northwest here, so you head all the way over here, you'll find yourself a desert village. Pretty nice stuff, you know, by itself. Like, yeah, we got a village, and it's got some villagers, and we can trade stuff. But as well as having this village, if you head just a little... Oh, also look, some of the desert village is in the plains biome. Always weird when that happens. Oh, and in the same direction, we've also got the second fossil. So, yeah, this second fossil over here is really cool because it's a different type of fossil. You dig straight down into here, and you'll find yourself in it again. But this one looks like it's more of a head-shaped fossil, so it's both types of fossil, you know, both a head and a rib, which is always great to find. Also, this one links into a cave as well, just in case you want to explore the whole thing. And, yeah, really, really, really nice kind of seed right there. Let's break out here, though, and show off the other thing that I think is pretty cool, because 2 fossils is amazing. Don't get me wrong, like, you know, they're super rare spawn chances, only in 2 biomes, but this seed, as well as just having those 2 incredibly rare things, on top of having 5 villages, on top of having the stronghold inside the ravine, it also has a desert, which is literally next to a desert temple. So here is here's the desert village, here is the desert temple, which means the 2 things basically link in together, which is really, really awesome. So yeah, the desert temple, as you're probably aware, it kind of changes from platform to platform sometimes, maybe it doesn't, but at least on the Xbox platforms, what you can expect to get here, because they stopped randomizing it, is a bunch of iron for your, you know, iron bucket you might need to go to the nether. You can expect an enchanted book. That one does vary, but Bane of Arthropods, really great one for killing silverfish, because everyone wants to do that more. A bunch of rotten flesh and some saddles, as well as in this one, an emerald and another enchanted book with fortune in this case, which is a great enchantment to have very early on, because it means you don't have to waste any diamonds on your first set to get, you know, a diamond pickaxe and enchant it. You can have fortune on the very first things you mine, which is, again, you know, you're only going to get like an extra diamond or 2 for an entire vein, but it's still nice to get a little bonus from that little enchantment. So yeah, that is the 5th village. That is a desert temple next to it, and that's not even where the seed ends, like, because there's a lot of just crazy awesome stuff around here, such as the fact that if you look over here, for instance, wait, is this a real thing, or is this, I was gonna say, like, that looks suspiciously like a desert well, but, oh, no, it is one. Okay, so I was gonna say, like, it looks suspiciously like a desert spawner, but it actually is one, just under a whole bunch of sand. So as you can see, you've got access to, it'll probably be a pig spawner, but, you know, it's not meant to be. Yeah, it's a pig spawner. It's not meant to be a pig spawner, I swear. It's a zombie spawner, apparently. And if you go, as you can see, you get access to 2 discs in here, a bunch of stuff like that, as well as your name tag, as well as all that sort of stuff. And it also goes into a cave, which is pretty nice. So, yeah, so, mob spawner. That's a little glitch right now. It'll actually be a zombie spawner, it looks like. And right next to your desert village, right next to your desert temple, and also right next to this thing right here. So if you're on a last-gen console, like I am right now, Xbox 360, PS3, Wii U, or PS Vita, then one of the things you might be upset with is the lack of amplified worlds. And even though they don't work properly on console, you can still have access to that similar kind of, not entirely amplified, but kind of, with the Savanna Biome, I believe it's called. So yeah, this is the Savanna Biome. As you can see, it goes exactly the same height as a, you know, amplified world would go, and it's even got the same, like, you know, weird formation that's floating over nothing. And in case you just want to experience that, even for a little part of your world, this part right here is really great for that. Also, if you use this world in creative, it's worth noting when you fly by these mountains, like, the game has problems loading it in. So I guess I can kind of see why the last-gen consoles don't necessarily have these by default. But yeah, there's quite a lot of these around the place. You've got one over here too. And these things are just great if you love your high terrain that's kind of crazy to look at, crazy to go through. And as you can see, like, it floats over nothing, and it's just pretty interesting stuff like that. So yeah, that is the seed right here. Just to show you the last couple of corners, we've got this one where you got some plains with some more mountains. There's quite a few mountains on the seed, actually. I thought it was kind of interesting that way, and it also meant it loaded in pretty slowly. This seed has a lot of stuff going on, and I think you might just like it if you like literally anything I've shown off so far. You know, free loot, weird combinations of ravine next to stronghold, next to village, whatever you like. I think this seed has it, and I hope you all enjoyed this week's Seed Sunday. If you do, like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel, and let us know you do like Seed Sunday. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.